to check that?
Hello? Oh my gosh, yes. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so before we get into everything, just a little disclaimer. These are things that have worked for me. These are tools, techniques, mindsets, all kinds of things that have worked for me personally that I've seen change my life completely, change my mindset completely. So if it takes a minute for your world to start shifting, that is very normal. It took me about, I don't know, maybe this is year 3 for the Cosmic Corner, but like 8 or 9, probably because of all of the shifts that I've been doing in my life and just trying to figure out where I fit in this world. Because, you know, we check a lot of boxes as blurs, as black nerds. You guys are all marginalized individuals, whether you're black, you're a woman, you're a black man, you're a black woman, you're young, you're not, whatever. There's a lot of boxes that we check off when we step into these different creative spaces. And for me personally, it took a minute to figure out exactly where I fit in. So I just created my own thing to become a magnet and attract the individuals that share the same sentiment as me. So yeah, with that said, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So this is a very call and response kind of workshop. So if you guys want to shout, call back, whatever, like I highly encourage you to. Thursday we had such a good time with just shouting out, calling back, all of it. So I'm going to be referring to one phrase over and over again throughout this entire workshop. So if anybody wants to guess, I have a phrase that we're going to be referring to. It's IITS. Can anybody guess what this stands for? IITS. Yes.
It is that simple?
Very close, very close. It is that serious. It is that serious. That is a very, very good guess. It is that, ooh, let me knock this down. Right, it is that serious. So I say this to say that every single time that I have personally found myself in a room with individuals that have wanted creative ideas, or you know, they want unique individuals, they want all of these things, and they advertise that they want all of you, just to cherry pick parts of you that benefit them and not accept all of you completely. It is very easy to feel like you are doing too much or that you're not necessarily being a team player, but nope, at the end of the day, it is that serious. It is that serious, because you don't go outside and start judging the trees for the way that they grow or make air. You don't judge the flowers for the way that they bloom. So why would you judge any part of yourself that just comes naturally? You know, the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you choose to address certain issues. Why would we start to judge those parts of ourselves if it's just nature, right? So it is what?
That's serious.
Right, good morning. We're awake, I love that. So we are black, we're brown, we're marginalized individuals and communities, and everybody's experiences and perceptions are so different. So if somebody looks like they're living it up in their life, it is that serious to know how they are living their life. So for example, P. Diddy, right? He was very much so put on this platform to be a person of influence. He was living this lifestyle, and a lot of people yearned after this lifestyle, right? But come to find out, it wasn't necessarily a high vibrational lifestyle. It was very manipulative, it was very dark, it was very, not very fun. It wasn't very nice, you know? So it's very serious to know who you are idolizing and where their success came from. Because sometimes when you're manifesting, you will sit there and you say, oh, I want their life. That person's life is everything that I've ever wanted. And unknowingly, you're manifesting everything else that came along with that. So the lies, the deception, the fake individuals that are not necessarily here for you, right? So it is that serious to know exactly what these individuals are up to and how they got their level of success, or if it's even real, because social media is it's very easy to manipulate what individuals see. It's easy to manipulate the narrative on social media. So before you dive into co-creating with the universe to make the life that you would like, know who you're idolizing and where that came from, because it is that serious, okay? Anybody in here have church hurt? Church hurt. Church hurt, yeah, okay, yeah, for sure. Yes, so I grew up in the church. I was a singer in church. It was very difficult to take up space because that was a space where they admired me for my gift, but they shunned everything else about me, like my theater, the things that I would do in high school, and performing artistry and everything, and my mom, and all of the things that came along with us. They wanted me for my gift of song, but they neglected everything else about me. However, there was one Bible verse, and there's a couple of other ones, but there's a Bible verse that actually stuck out to me that rang true as I continued down my journey. And it is Proverbs 18:21. Life and death are in the power of your tongue, and those who love it will bear fruit. Words are spells. Words are codes. So the way that you speak over your life is very vital and important, because you might be speaking over your life in a way that might be putting you into a place of sadness, or not necessarily feeling like you can achieve what you're trying to achieve. So we're gonna play a little game. So I'm gonna put a phrase on the board, and I want you guys to tell me, what does this mean? Shoot for the stars. What does this mean? I love you in the back, yeah.
Embrace your dreams.
Embrace your dreams, that's pretty good. Yeah, anybody else? Shoot for the stars, yeah.
Go all out for your goals.
Yeah, for sure, exactly that. See, this is a room of like-minded people, so we all have the general idea and share the same sentiment. But for other individuals, shoot for the stars might mean something literally, like aim real high and start pulling the trigger, But when we use our words and when we are speaking over our life and speaking over our creative ideas, it's important to understand the words that we are using. It's like codes, like we're all blurs over here, like coding and wordplay and all of it. So shoot, in my opinion, is aim for the stars, like goals. Or ambitions, whatever you'd like. This is something that I used to do when I was trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to go, is breaking down the words and phrasing that I was speaking casually over my life. Sometimes I would say that I'm broke because I wasn't making any money, but unintentionally, I was speaking over my life, I'm like a broken person, because of the amount of money that I had in my bank account. So I stopped using that word entirely, and it doesn't really affect me as much anymore.
What did you say instead?
What did I say instead? I said that I am pending. Because when you're waiting on a check, that it's coming, but it just hasn't hit the account yet. So I'm always saying nowadays that I'm pending. Yeah, for sure.
We would also use like the for now, or like right this moment.
Yeah.
We would do it in the moment so that we weren't speaking it over our future.
Right. Exactly. It's important to be. You said what?
I tell people I'm comfortable.
Yeah. Comfortable. Yeah, exactly. Comfortable. It's pending for now. Later is coming. It's all about the pending. It is going to happen. So it's important to not get in the way accidentally of something that is already in the works for you, if that makes sense. you are subconsciously reprogramming your mindset. So it takes a minute, but it really, with practice, it makes progress, right? So moving right along. Next up, anybody like Beyonce? Yeah, okay, don't be ashamed. I don't know why on Thursday everybody was a little weird. They're like, yeah, she's all right. I'm like, you mean one of the greatest performers of all time? Like, okay, great, she is all right. We are gonna be talking next up about conscious consumption. Does anybody like to doom scroll? Yeah, unashamed. I love it.
Is like the correct word?
You said what?
Like?
Is like
a
correct word?
Yeah, like.
Then no.
No, like, do you enjoy it? In the sense?
Do you enjoy doom scrolling? No, but if you find it, you don't have to like it. But sometimes we find it's addicting. Social media is very addicting because it's escapism. Just like video games, just like smoking weed, just like all of this, it is escapism. It's a way for us to turn our minds off for an hour, two. For me, it might be a little bit longer, But when it comes to doom scrolling, when I talk about creativity and releasing creative blocks, sometimes you have little to no energy to do anything or create anything, even if you want to so bad. Sometimes you just don't have it. So start by programming your algorithm. Whenever you open that damn phone, they say that damn phone, it's always that damn phone, Whenever you open your phone on TikTok or Instagram, it should inspire you. It should give you an idea. It should give you a concept. It shouldn't really, I'm not saying that you can't get your tea spill every now and again, your TMZ, your all of that, stay informed, but I am saying that whenever you find yourself stuck, locked on the couch or locked in bed, you should be able to open your phone and immediately see somebody that's creating and making something, doing something that is meaningful in their life and for other people, and immediately say, okay, I'm gonna save that for inspiration, so that you're slowly but surely, subconsciously reprogramming your mind, because it is that
serious.
It is, yeah, good job, class. There is a song that Beyonce has called Alien Superstar. Have we heard it? Unique is what you are. Yes. Has anybody heard the sample that comes along with that she utilized in that song?
Hello friends, I needed to intercept the actual workshop so that I can read for you the lyrics from the actual sample, Moonraker by Foremost Poets, that Beyonce utilized in Alien Superstar. We all know the first little chunk of the song that she used. Please do not be alarmed, remain calm, do not attempt to leave the dance floor. The DJ booth is conducting a troubleshoot test of the entire system. That's the chunk that we know. These are the rest of the lyrics from that song that she sampled. Somehow, while the party was in progress, an unidentified frequency has been existing in the system for some time, and while many of you have been made too brainwashed to comprehend, this frequency is and has become a threat to our society as we know it. This frequency has been used by a secret society in conjunction with Lucifer to lure and prey on innocent partygoers with hypnotism, synchroprism, which is the merging of contradictory beliefs, practices, or cultural traditions, tricknology, lies, scandal, and pornography. While the party is still in progress, we will keep you updated on our current status. Right.
Okay. So, when I talk about conscious consumption, Beyonce is at the top for a reason. She, spiritually speaking, is a chain breaker. She is the one to break the chains off of her family's lineage, to be able to live out the fullest potential and create more opportunities for those yet to come. Blue Ivy, her family, her children, her children's children, she is the chain breaker. So any of our bits of art, they can, I'm gonna expand on this because those were who were in VIP on Thursday. We talked about our art is capable of concealing and revealing. And because I love a rhyme, I'm gonna expand on that. It can also steal or heal. So anytime that you are creating something, your art is capable of concealing, revealing, stealing, or healing. So Beyonce in that song was trying to reveal something to y'all. She was trying to tell you that while you're having a good time, there are some artists and some business people out here that are actively working against everything that you are trying to break away from, to keep you stuck in the same spot and siphon your energy to be able to, yeah, I feel like you just came in, I look up Moonraker by the Foremost Poets, because that's the sample that Beyonce used in Alien Superstar. So it's real. I'm not saying that she's perfect, but I am saying that there is a very specific intention in her art to be able to help all, because she's for the people, right? So she is doing everything that she can to reveal to us the game, so that we're able to break out of the matrix, basically, and be able to get up there with her, because everybody can get there. Everybody is capable of getting there. It may take longer than others, but it is very much possible for everybody to get to the top. And whether you want to or not everybody wants to be on billboards and do the shows and be on TV. Not everybody wants that level of success. Success is subjective. So just something to think about when it comes to the way that you approach your art. Are you looking to conceal, reveal, steal, or heal? Yeah.
It's interesting that you put that up there, because when I'm not doing things like this at a con, I'm also usually a vendor.
Yeah.
And I make my things, and I always think about who am I making this for? It seems as if I'm making this for you to heal from it, if I'm making it for you because I stole it, that actually makes me think about my audience too.
Yeah, for sure. And that's your business. Whatever your intention is, that is your business, but intention is everything. So when approaching whatever it is that you are trying to create, it is so vital to keep these things in mind. When it comes to the Cosmic Corner, my intention is to reveal and to heal and help everybody expand and become the best version of themselves, because we're all capable of doing that, right? But others, for example, I'll use another example. Travis Scott. Does anybody listen to Travis Scott? No? Good. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, he has some good songs, I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah, there's a Netflix documentary on it if you want to watch the Astro World documentary on Netflix. It was very dark, but this is where the woo-woo comes in. It was a ritual. It was 100% a ritual, because earlier I mentioned it's vital to know who the people that you're idolizing or putting up on a pedestal, who they're working with, what their intentions are. If you really look into who he was working with a very powerful witch in Hollywood for no apparent reason. Why is this collab happening? I don't know, because there's tricknology, hypnotism, synchroprism, and pornography happening over and over and over again in Hollywood to be able to siphon and become a bigger, better version of yourself. So the Astro World, it was a tragedy. It really was a tragedy, but it was very intentional. And this is gonna start to go into like the conspiracy theory side. So I'm not gonna dive deep into that, but I urge you to do your own research on it. Energy is everything. So lastly, I say all this to say, This is a creative block release workshop. So I have all of these things to say, okay, where do I start? What do I do? What are some of the tools that we can use to be able to break out of some of these blocks that we might be consistently finding ourselves in? So lastly, everything, 3 is my magic number. So these are this is the third thing that I will be talking about. Execution. So how do we execute our creative ideas? Firstly, has anybody heard of an Ikigai chart? An Ikigai, yeah, of course you have. That's my mother, that's why because I be yapping about this to her.
And she made me.
I'm gonna write it down on the board for you guys to look it up yourselves. It is a Japanese Venn diagram that is designed to help reveal to you your purpose in life, or multiple purposes in life. Now, I'm not going to draw the circles because I'm shit at drawing circles and Venn diagrams in general. So I will write out what the Venn diagram says, and then we're gonna get a little interactive. We're gonna play a little bit. So this Venn diagram has a little bubble for what you're good at. It has one for what you can make money from. It has a bubble for what you love, and what the world needs. Absolutely, what the world needs. Thank you very much. What the world needs. Fabulous. So, what you're good at, what you can make money from, what you love, and what the world needs. And there's a couple of other little bubbles that are on the Ikigai that you guys can fill out as well. But these are just the basic concepts. So I'm gonna call on you because you're right in front of me. What are you good at?
I don't know why you did this, because you know I struggled doing that chart.
What are you good at? What are you good at? This is my mother, and she is literally on the staff of BLERDCON, like working this thing. Yeah, please give it up for her. Please. Like, you're good at organizing.
Creating. Sewing. There we go. We'll stick with
Sewing.
sewing.
Okay. So you're good at sewing. What can you make money from? You know what I'm about to say to you.
What?
Costume design. Duh.
See, this is why.
So the theater community, I'm very deep in the theater community, and the theater community is always hiring costume designers. They are always hiring designers in general, always. And she is one of the most amazing seamstresses that I've ever seen in my life, and can easily make money from pursuing that avenue. So, something to think about. I love you very much. Very much. I'm gonna call on you as well, since you trickled in. What do you love?
I love film and food.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, at the same time?
Yeah, I like food, film,
Yep.
like shows.
Nice. Okay,
yeah,
so just like
the time.
media. Love
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I like cooking, so yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
So individuals that enjoy the same things and love the same things as well, what do you think that they need from consuming that kind of content?
Community around it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on social media?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always talk about social media, utilizing it as a portfolio rather than as a just building the social ladder or climbing the social ladder. Because a lot of folks like to focus on the followers, they like to focus on the likes and all of the numbers that are associated with social media. But social media is a portfolio. It is nothing but a LinkedIn page for your creative ideas. So I want to see your food film. I want to see your food film that brings people together with that specific intention.
I've actually been posting monthly of it.
Hell yeah. Exactly. Yes, please give it up. Yes.
Yeah, it's called Film Foodies.
Film
And
foodies.
We just like meet up for like a midday film that's about food. So the first one we watched is like Tampopo. It's like one of the first like films about ramen. It's like a western. It came out in the 80s and inspired most of the films about food too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I sell my breakfast burritos there. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's incredible. So you're making money when you sell
Yeah,
these
yeah.
things.
Yeah, I make a little money.
You're making a little money.
Profit.
Okay, so this is something really good to think about because your intention is in the right place.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is in the right place. But there are millionaires out here making slime. There are millionaires out here that unbox toys on YouTube. There are millionaires, people that you don't see on a day-to-day basis that are making hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars doing pretty much like what you are doing at this time. So when you try, because this is homework, I'm giving you homework to do your Ikigai chart at home. But when you try your Ikigai chart, think about what you can make money from so that you're able to build on this beautiful foundation that you've already laid, because there's money in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is really, really beautiful energy. Good work. I'm gonna call on you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yes, ma'am. You. What are you good at?
Writing.
Writing. Okay. What does the world need? How about this? I'll rephrase that because the world needs a lot of shit right now. But what does your immediate world around you need? That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have an answer right now, but there's something to think about there. Writing, we're talking about words and the way that we speak and words being spells and having intention. When you write, how can you write in a way that shows up for the world around you and helps expand that world around you a little bit? Even world building. I don't know if you write fiction, but I'm seeing. Okay, great. So I'm telling you, it's woo-woo up in here, y'all. I see like Hogwarts, Oz, like world building, very, very vast environments. So something to think about where you're able to create a world for individuals to have some form of escapism, like we were talking about earlier, that's healthy, you know?
I would say that I also am a teacher.
Okay.
I teach English, and unfortunately I'm teaching in the world of AI.
Yeah.
Kids are losing their voice because they just rely on things like this.
Yeah.
And so I think, when I think about what they need, I don't know how to phrase it, but I guess you need to get back to being and translating and trading stories, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, and like
Yeah.
actually use empower them.
Yes. That very well said. Red snaps for you. Very good. Very nice. Fabulous. I'm gonna call on you since you're in front of me. What do you love?
Film,
Yeah.
music,
Okay.
good vibes.
I'm not going to ask
Okay.
you what you can make money from, but I'm gonna ask you what do you currently make money from right now?
No.
That's funny because I'm like, yeah. It's okay, and that's okay. There, I'm wondering, because what are you good at in general?
Filmmaking, writing, acting,
Okay.
producing.
Do you make your own content?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you share your content? Like, how many platforms have you utilized? Not just on social media, but spaces like these, like.
Not much. I'm trying to work on that. You know, really like, social battery is like maybe 50% right now. So,
No, that's okay, and that is.
and
I
also-
hear you.
And also too, I can be my worst critic. I'll be looking like, I don't want to. Everybody would like this, but, maybe my mom. Of course, she gonna love it. She's my mom.
Literally my biggest fan right here.
Yeah.
Like, no, and this brings me back to my point because it is that serious. It is that serious because we have been programmed, especially marginalized individuals, people of color specifically, have been programmed to not take up space in a big way. So a lot of us as Black and brown creatives naturally play small because that's what we're used to, right? That's what we're used to. So when given opportunities, or when we see opportunities to be able to take up more space or share our art, that's not our mom, like that's not just our mom or our biggest fans and everything. It can be a little bit more intimidating and feel less attainable because we're so used to playing small. That's imposter syndrome that comes through there. But you're somebody somewhere, and I'm gonna say this to you and everybody else in the room, somebody somewhere is manifesting what you have. They are looking for, what kind of films do you like to make and like watch? What is your genre?
Well, the person that said who I not idolize, but man,
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, yeah, of
So,
course. Trailblazer.
So I just love how
right.
he starts off small and he's very humble. His wife gave him a final draft software, screenwriting software when he was in college, and that helped him, get him where he is. He got friends that he went to school with at his team, and he always, every film, he always, makes sure that the culture is represented. If there's a history lesson or a relevant trend that you see now, and then he makes sure that, that's represented. But like I said, he started off small. Now everybody knows who he is now.
Yeah.
From Descendants.
Exactly.
And he's about to win an Oscar. So it's he's I remember he has imposter syndrome as well. And he's kind of somebody asked him, do you feel like you've been overexposed now since since the succession? And he said, yeah, he's just trying to stay grounded as much as possible because he knows how Hollywood can get him. So yeah.
Exactly.
So that's how I feel too, because I want to start off small. I don't want the first thing to be a big thing, and all of a sudden, pressure is on and all that other stuff. So, yeah.
Understandable. Sometimes we want things that we think we want, and then we get it, and it's nowhere near what we thought we wanted, Right, I see you shaking your head over there, yep, absolutely. So.
But the genre is, my first film, it was a little bit of everything. It was comedy, it had some romance, had some type of musical. It was kind of like how Sinners was, except for the horror stuff. But it was I'm into poetry and, about, just showing Black culture and all that stuff, and hip hop, my love for hip hop.
That's beautiful.
So, yeah.
I'm going to challenge you specifically to start sharing your projects with individuals. You mentioned Ryan Coogler and you met his wife in college, right? She gave him an idea, whatever. Like I mentioned, there are people around you that you may have no idea, because you might not have had those conversations yet, that are looking for exactly what you have to bring to the table. So part of getting comfortable taking up space is allowing other people to see what we are into, allowing other people to see what we are all about, I'm up here showing y'all my cosmic energy because I feel like I have something to bring and experience. And that is every single other person in this room as well. So just play around with that. And I'm not saying throw out your business cards, here, follow me, go look at my movie, go look at this, but starting organically, going to a community meetup or something of the sort where like-minded people are going to fill up your ideas and help you expand them, and potentially even give you or provide you the tools that you need in order to get where you would like to go. It's funny the way that works. Yeah.
Yeah, to backtrack a little bit, you said something that blew my mind back here about how
I blew her mind, y'all. I blew her mind.
Our community, that we're taught to start small. And I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And I say this because, again, on my hobbies, I'm a vendor. I consider it a hobby. I can't do a 9 to 5 at this point, but hopefully one day. Long story short, I was told that my prices were too low. They said, why are you starting so small? Why not you look what you made, look all the work you put into it. Instead of, for example, $5, this could be $20. Why are you starting off at the lowest level? You can do better than this. I've been told that for years, not thinking why. I just thought, well, I think of it as competition. If I start small, then maybe more people will come to me. But it actually it's been the opposite.
I am so glad that you brought that up, because it's funny. We talk about what we can make money from, it's everything is so expensive, everything's expensive. Yeah, everything is expensive, but people pay for what they want. People always pay for what they want. For me, I like to smoke, y'all. I like to smoke. And it's just, this is what it is. I have a better relationship with the plant now, but before, Anytime any minor inconvenience came around and I didn't have a whole lot of money, I was spending that last 20 on an eighth, like, or something, a pre-roll, something. Because escapism, because why? It is that.
Serious.
Right. It's very, very difficult. But raising your prices is the biggest way that you will make more money, crazily enough, because I do vending as well. I do readings and everything in my business. And I was sitting at a table, I gave a nice woman a reading, and she looked at me, she said, "Oh wow, that was really lovely. Thank you so much." She left, came back to my table and said, "I have a message for you now." And I said, "Okay, right." I said, "All right, ma'am, I'm listening." She goes, "I don't know who you think you are charging $5 for a reading. You are a star." I had a scale. It was a scale. Okay? It was like $5, $10, $25, $50, okay? Like, I had options because I was thinking that if I had more options, that I would get more people into my circle. But she said, "No, girl, you're a star. You are spot on with your reading, and you need to charge more. Raise your prices." And I said, "Yes, ma'am. Still working on that. Still working on raising my prices, but I did cut off the $5 reading. So we're growing, we're expanding." I'm gonna call on, thank you so much. I'm gonna call on you, because I'm pulling your energy is pulling me. What are you good at? Oh. Painting and drawing, okay. Nice. What are you currently making money from at this time? Okay. Hey, girl, me too. The Cosmic Corner is me, you know? It's what I do. And I have a part-time job. I got a job, by the way.
Hey. Oh, sorry.
I have a part-time job.
Yeah.
I have a part-time job. And, right. So we don't have support. But no, this is an opportunity for you to find a bigger stage. That's what I'm hearing. Because I don't know what it is that you do in your painting and in your drawings or whatever it is that you do crafty, but I'm feeling that there's a very big heart that is in there, and it's very vibrant. I'm seeing like a lot of colors and like pastels and all kinds of things. What you can make money from is commission. Do you do commission? Yeah. Okay. Utilize your social media as a portfolio. It's not about the followers. The followers will come. I'm telling y'all, I have like over 100,000 likes on my TikTok, and I didn't even try that hard, you know? But I built this community of individuals that are into the woo-woo, that are into creating, that are into theater, and it just naturally snowballed. And now I'm making money from my readings. Now I'm making money from this, and it comes naturally. So I urge you to kind of take up that space a little bit, you know? Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Tell her again.
What is it Herbie says? The world needs your art.
Oh yeah, Queen Herbie says that the world needs your art. The world does need your art. I'm telling y'all that there is somebody somewhere that needs exactly what you have to offer. So yeah, I think that's good on that part. So yeah, that's the Ikigai. That was very long-winded with the Ikigai, but I urge you to do that. We talked about programming your algorithm so that anytime that you open up your app, you are immediately inspired and feel called to make something, or at least put it away in a folder somewhere so that you're able to come back to it when you feel ready. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, you're not going to be ready. You're not going to be ready until you just do it, you know? And sometimes taking that leap is the thing that kicks off everything more than just trying to sit down and plan it out and execute it. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this vendor thing and this event and this. Sometimes you just have to make something and put it out into the world and see how people resonate with it, you know? The goal here is to be able to walk into a room And when somebody gives you a compliment, because you guys all look so fabulous and wonderful, when somebody gives you a compliment on your art, your appearance, your whatever, you can simply say, thank you so much, I made it myself. You can find it at this link if you like it that much, or et cetera, you know?
Sorry, another part that I mentioned when I did this workshop for the VIPs at BLERDCon that I didn't mention in this group was utilizing a vision board. So, a vision board is an excellent visual tool that you can utilize to physically see every single day what exactly you are looking to manifest and co-create for your unique creative endeavors. You can utilize stock photos for this, but I always encourage, whenever I do a vision board workshop, individuals to use tape on the backs of their photos so that as their manifestations come into fruition, they can eventually replace their stock photos with their own personal photos of you living in those manifestations. So you can see I have a bunch of different photos on here. I have some signs, some angel numbers, because this was me trying to tell the universe to send me signs. And it's almost like when you buy a new car and you've never seen this car like ever in your life, and then as soon as you buy a car, you see every single person on the road, almost every single person on the road has the exact same car as you. Exact same color, exact same make, exact same model, and you've never even seen this car before you purchased it. That is what the vision board will do for you in your life. It's almost like you're cueing the universe in to what you want to see in your everyday life. And if you notice, in between all of these little stock photos, there's a photo of me with some colleagues, with some friends. I, growing up, have always resonated with Cinderella. The rags to riches story has always been so close to my heart, and I've always felt in my bones, because I came from next to nothing. I've always felt in my bones that I was meant for something bigger in this life. And this photo right here is from a ball that I got invited to. And the craziest part about how the universe works is one of my best friends, Chewy, who's a textile artist, she invited me to a ball. And I said, okay, incredible. I've always wanted to go to a ball. I'd love to go to a ball. I had a very specific vision in my mind of what I wanted to wear at this ball. I pulled up to the thrift store. I told myself in my brain, and I saw it in my mind, I said, I want something blue, something with like tulle sleeves, something fitted, and I want to wear tights, and I want to wear a heel with it. Tell me why. One of the first dresses that I see on the rack at a random Goodwill in Virginia was this dress. It is a gorgeous navy blue sparkly dress with tulle sleeves that is fitted, and it was exactly my size. This is what co-creation looks like. So I wanted to throw this in just so that you guys can utilize it on your own time as well. This is an example. This is an example board that I would bring to my vision board parties when I would host in the community. Your vision board is yours and only yours. It is so important to keep it close to your heart and keep it somewhere private, because you don't want anybody unintentionally praying over your dreams and praying over your manifestations, because sometimes people unintentionally will project onto your dreams and project onto your ambitions and your goals. They'll look at your board, and because your vision board is showcasing something that they might be longing for, or something that they may need to take a look at within, they might unintentionally project a low vibrational energy onto the board, onto your dreams, onto your visuals, saying, oh wow, that's pretty cool, I guess, whatever, like, You know, not everybody that says that they are proud of you or excited for you or support you actually do, because sometimes certain individuals don't want you doing better than they are doing. It's very true. So, something to think about. Definitely utilize your own vision board. All right, back to the workshop.
So, last but not least, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a brief meditation. Now, meditation is everything. It is shaking ass in the club. It is cooking. It is dancing. Thank you so much. It is everything. But the meditations that have resonated with me, I'm a certified sound healer. I started doing quartz crystal sound baths, and it helped me subconsciously release a lot of energy that's stuck and stagnant throughout our bodies. Even though this room is really big, scientifically speaking, your energy back here is mixing with their energy over here, because our auras and our field, our energy field, extends up to 10 feet. That is big. So we have no idea when you're sitting there and you're wondering, like, I didn't have a bad day. Why am I feeling so off? It's because you probably picked up that weirdo's energy from across the room and you have no idea. So frequencies, and even listening to high vibrational artists like Beyonce or Queen Herbie or whoever, she teeters. We love her, but she teeters. Fine, Janae Aiko. Fine, there you go. That's more high vibrational. Oh my goodness, I can't please y'all. Anyways. Fine, you over here, you're the high vibrational artist. So, frequencies are really great tools to utilize to subconsciously release those limiting beliefs or energies that you might have picked up throughout the day, especially if you have a regular 9 to 5 that you work with a million people during the day and it's chaotic and overstimulating. So, really quickly, I want you guys to close your eyes. Settle in. There's music going on out there, but I really want you guys to hone in and focus on what you are feeling in here. Take a moment to just allow the seat underneath you to support you. This meditation will be no longer than like a minute or 2 minutes, but I want you to pay attention to how you feel now so that you can compare how you feel after I strum the bowl a little bit. I want you to settle in and envision your safe space, your cosmic corner, whatever that looks like to you. This can be a real space in the physical world, like grandma's house, or it can be an imaginary space, that's covered in stars and ethereal energy. It can be whatever you want, but I want you to immerse yourself into this space. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it even taste like? What does it sound like? And we're gonna go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. 3 is my magic number. Let's breathe in through our nose and exhale through your mouth. And you can do it audibly as well. Nobody's judging you here. Let's take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Now this last one, I want you to notice any tension in your shoulders, any tension in your back. Start to loosen yourself up a little bit, get more comfortable. And really breathe into that tension so that we can try to release some of that. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let it all out with that exhale. Ooh, I felt that. I felt y'all let that go. Good work, y'all. Beautiful energy, beautiful job, everybody. Now, before we go, I want to just do a very quick oracle card pull for you guys, just so that you can carry something with you throughout the rest of your day and into your next creative endeavor, whatever it is that you may be doing. So, let's see. Woo!
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Absolutely. That's funny. We were talking about Alien Superstar, right? We got Alien. Alien. This is you naturally stand out. Oh, look at that. Embrace what makes you different. Because others may need what you may be suppressing. What was I saying? Do y'all like my oracle deck? You like it? You like it? Thank you. I made it myself. I would drop this, but I'm not gonna break it. Thank you all so very much for your time and for your energy today. I do have a QR code if you guys want to follow me on my other platforms for you to scan before you leave. But enjoy the rest of your con and good luck with your creating. Great job, guys.